Tutorial. Okay, looks like I'm live. Okay, so good part of the day, my dear digital friends. It's a Tuesday today, and again, I'm unannounced for a simple reason. I decided to change my schedule. Hi, DS King 17. Thank you for joining, and I am gonna wave back to you guys. So I have decided what my schedule will be. So I will go live 2 times a week now on Saturdays and Tuesdays because Wednesday is the day when I have to go to the gym. I have to exercise my muscles, my body. So gym is very important for each of us, going to the gym, exercising muscles. So I've decided I'm going to switch my weekday live stream to Tuesday. Okay, so good part of the day, and I hope that you can see the topic for today's lesson, virtual lesson, because every time I communicate with you is a lesson, a lesson, a lesson. Oh, I even forgot to put my lipstick on. No, it's okay. So I have a message on YouTube, JK tutorial. So for the ones who are seeing me first time, by the way, Som Atul wrote to me, "How are you, ma'am?" I'm good because I'm alive, because I'm speaking, because I am sharing the truth with the world, the truth about a ghost called stuttering. So today's lesson will be very important for you. I recommend you stick with me and ask your questions. Otherwise, I'm going to continue talking about the topic I prepared. And the topic for today's class is why people who stutter should never ever other advise what? I don't know why there is not the whole edit. Let me see if I can edit it. No, I can't edit anything here. So what I meant to write, why stutterers should never advise others who stutter, never ever. And I decided that I am going to begin this class with reading for you. When I opened Instagram in the morning, I saw one recommendation of a speech therapy and therapist, and I decided I'm going to read it for you. I have it in front of me, but I'm using my phone for Instagram. This is why I cannot look at it now, so I took a screenshot. Here it is. There is a green little, I actually can show it to you on Instagram. Here we go. Instagram, I can share and you can see it. See that? Okay. So it says exercises to cope from stuttering. Cope. Someone who doesn't speak well English language wrote this. But anyway, so who exercises to cope with stuttering. I'm going to change it a little bit so people who speak better English could understand. So here it is, what it says. In speech therapy, various techniques and exercises will help you manage your exercise. Number one, it's written in the way you don't even understand what you mean. You need to do exercises to manage your exercise. I mean, what does it mean? Okay, let's assume this speech therapy just made a mistake. It happens, right? So, in speech therapy, let me fix it a little bit. So, what do they do in speech therapy? Various techniques and exercises will help you manage your stuttering. I guess that's what you meant. Through proper guidance from a professional and consistent practice, you will soon overcome stuttering problems. Here are some exercises you may consider. So I want to make a comment about this. Exercises you may consider. Do any children, when they begin learning to speak, do they do any exercises? No. Do parrots that I always talk about ever do any exercises before they can say a human word? No, they don't. Any exercises for getting rid of your stuttering is a big, fat, misleading, and harmful lie. It's a big lie. We don't need to do any exercises to learn how to say accurately words. It's very simple. The moment we understand how to use our speech instrument, we can learn to say the word within a few seconds. Of course, we need to go to the dictionary sometimes and look and learn for a new word, but it doesn't take much time. It just takes a few seconds when we know how to move our tongue, how to use our speech instrument for creating words, for producing words. But this is a short comment. Let's go to the first exercise speech therapists recommend. They write progressive relaxation. What does it mean, progressive relaxation, guys? What does it mean? So, in order to speak, you got to be constantly relaxing. Why? Do people, when they are learning, for example, foreign language, let's not talk about children, let's talk about adults. So many of you who are listening to me, you guys are learning English words. I know that. You're coming from different countries, to me, and yeah, your vocabulary is very, very limited in English language. So this is absolutely normal that we need to learn words before we can speak. So, do you need to relax before you go to a dictionary, read the words, see the translation, or you go to Google Translate and you listen to the way the word sounds and simply mimic it? Just like a parrot, imitate, not mimic, imitate the same word. You don't need to relax, never, ever, because when people relax, there is no need for speaking. Speaking is the reason we speak. Speaking. Our emotions are the reason we speak. When we are nervous, we go, oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, it's hard for me to even focus. I'm so nervous. We begin moving the whole body. We begin acting like really nervous people. When we are happy, we go like, yay, I'm so happy. We are moving our tongue to explain how happy we are. We explain our emotions by moving our speech muscles. Or if we need something, let's say you are riding a crowded bus and someone stepped on your leg and you are in pain, what are you going to do? Are you going to relax? No, you're going to scream on top of your lungs, ah, get off my food, right? Or just even without any words to let the person know that he is causing you a pain in your leg. Okay, because the person may not even be noticing that he is doing that. So our speech is reaction to our emotions. And when we are not having any emotions, there is no reason to speak. I hope you understand. Okay, let me see. Someone, I think, wrote a. Okay, I'm going to switch here back to me, okay, on Instagram. And I'm going to put to the side the message I was reading because I see there are a few questions, and questions are always a priority for me. So, JK Tutorials wrote, "Hi, Anna, ma'am." Hi. Edward wrote, "Hello, Anna. Reading out loud can help with developing the right speech skills." Okay. We can learn and improve skills only of what we are doing. So if you want to improve, to develop the right skills of dribbling the ball to play basketball, will it help if you're going to be shooting the basket, throwing the basketball in the basket? Same game, but it's not going to help you. In order for you to learn to develop the skills of dribbling the ball, you gotta do dribbling the ball. Do you understand that? Or if you want to learn to dance on stage, it's one thing. You can learn to dance somewhere in your living room, in your house, but you gotta go on stage and practice there. You have to do that because it's a different feeling. It's a different. So, the bottom line, reading out loud is very good if you still have not learned the skill of reading. Edward, do you know how to read out loud? I don't know, because a lot of people who started don't have even these skills. Even when they read out loud, they stumble, they stutter, okay, because they don't know how to do it correctly. But if you want to learn to read adequately, of course, go ahead and read out loud. It's great, great practice. But don't expect that you're going to be speaking without looking at the letters, because it's totally different. I mean, not totally, but a lot different. You don't see what to say. You don't see the words. You have to go another path. And what kind of path? Again, you gotta come to me, guys. I can teach you in just 1 to 3 days what all people on the planet are doing when they are speaking. It's so, so simple. Very simple, believe me. Okay, so someone on Instagram, I apologize, guys, if I don't get to you right away. Because how are you? Okay, I've seen that. Okay, on Instagram, someone wrote, "Hey." Okay, no questions on Instagram. Okay, so Edward, I hope you got it. You understood what I said. So in order to speak improvisation, I mean, I'm talking about speak anywhere, anytime, not just reading, but anywhere, anytime, you gotta understand what the naturally speaking norms are, what you're supposed to do with your tongue. And unfortunately, no one on the whole planet can explain it to you, because I am here representing the new science, revolutionary science, very deep understanding who we are, humans are, how we function, and what we are capable of. I am 100%, maybe not 199. I'll take back one little part, right? But I understand, I see clearly how our body mind computer works and who is in charge of this body mind computer. Okay, Edward wrote, I got you. Cool. Okay, on Instagram, someone wrote to me, Ali Manaf Del Citan. As an SLP, we never use speech reconstruction method to children under 6. By the way, the better you evaluate a case, the better you can use the appropriate treatment program. Ali, I know you are an SLP. I used to be the one for 30 years of my life. What you're talking about, reconstruction method, what does it mean? I mean, I know what it means, okay? Because I worked in the conventional speech therapy pathology field for, no, I don't know, 30 years in Russia first, then in the United States of America, when I worked for the California School District as a speech and language rehabilitative service provider. I think that's how they called my profession, or some hearing also. Speech, language, and hearing rehabilitative service provider. That's the title of my profession that I had. So, the bottom line, what you have written for me here, Ali, is a big, how do I say it without being like sounding mean? This is a lie. This is a lie that I also believed. And it was in training. See, guys, I love that Ali is a speech therapist and he came to me, he left me a message. This is so cool. I'm so happy that finally even speech therapists are communicating with me. That was my dream from the very beginning when I started talking about speech, about stuttering over 10 years ago. Okay? So, Ali, thank you very much for your message. And if you truly want to learn how to help any person who stutters at any age, because yes, when we work with young children, of course, we need to educate parents. Young children, they, they're going to do whatever you tell them to do, right? So, Ali, when we work with little children, up until 18 years old, I always demand the presence of their parents. I call it the parent training. Parent training, because it is the responsibility of the family to teach their children the basic life skills. I hope you're still listening to me, Ali. I don't know if you are here somehow. I don't see what I see on this little icon in the app I'm using for multi-streaming is how many people are watching me on YouTube. For some reason, it doesn't show me any others. But Ali, if you are watching me, come to me personally, ask any questions, buy my books. And by the way, this book is written for people like Ali. This book, of course, it would be nice if they started with this book, because this book is written in a very simple language for anyone, for person who stutters, or for speech professional, or a teacher, or a parent, because it gives you the bottom line that speaking is moving your tongue. Speaking is the skill of moving your tongue in the naturally correct way, which not even one speech therapist is familiar with. Then, oh yeah, thank you so much, Ali, for letting me know. I'm so happy to be here. Yay! So, Ali, this book is only $50 from my website. Go download it. $50. I'm sure it's not a bank breaker for you. So this book, take a look, Ali. First time I'm talking to a speech professional, to my my colleague. Look how I created this book with a lot of pictures, with a lot of explanation, how everything works in reality, not in the way they trained you to believe. They trained me to believe. They didn't teach you what natural and normal speaking is. I didn't know it for 30 years of my life, experiencing working with people of any age, different ages. I was a speech therapist. This book is a revolution in science and education. This is so important that speech therapists, teachers get the book because they understand the terminology I'm using in the book. Look at this. I created pictures. One picture like this is the movement of the tongue. One picture like this is the movement of the tongue. And it has nothing to do with single sounds, with syllables, with phrases, with sentences. Our tongue has no idea about all of these things humans invented. This is all a big international fraud. As a matter of fact, I am offering to the world to create together, co-create. I want teachers, I want awakened people. Let's create the new profession. It's called Etalon Speech Therapy. Oh, therapy. No. Etalon Speech Education, because I was thinking, not therapy. Etalon Speech Education, not therapy, because people who have all kinds of speech underdevelopment, speech difficulties, they're not sick. Most of them. Of course, there are some abnormalities, like anatomic abnormalities, but I kind of doubt even that today, because last week I was talking about the boy born without the brain. I don't know if you heard my speech last, I think Saturday. I even created the short 1 minute video about him, like a little story. How the boy was born without the brain. Doctors, when parents, I mean, the mother was pregnant, doctors insisted, you got to get rid of this baby. You got to terminate the pregnancy. But the parents refuse. They are Christian and they refuse to do that. And guess what? The boy today should be like 9 years old. He is not only speaking and totally normal, has normal development, mental development. He is learning now how to walk. And when they did the scan of his brain, he grew his brain from the moisture, the fluid that he was born with. He grew his brain when he was 3, they said, to 80%, from 2% of the brain cells to 80%. That's why I don't believe in any barriers for people to develop their perfect speaking skills. I call it a speech mastery. Okay? So I got so excited. See, that's what I have here for, it's called a guide for Etalon speech educators, not therapists. Because I'm an educator. I quit calling myself a therapist because people who stutter, who have all kinds of dysarthria, dysphagia, aphasia, like, you call different names, but it's all the same. It's underdevelopment, adequate speaking skills, or the loss. Like, for example, after stroke, when the brain got some hit and the memory became erased, that's what happens to people. They forget how to move their muscles, and sometimes they forget how to include their tongue. And all they need to do, all we need to do to help these kind of people, let them relearn consciously how to use their speech muscles according to so-called ringtones. Ringtones. Okay. Sorry, guys. Got too excited. Okay. So how can I remove the fear of public gathering? Fear of public gathering or speaking in public. I mean, fear of public gathering, it's kind of like They both actually are. It's just lack of experience. We are always afraid to do things that we have not experienced yet. There are some people who are afraid of coming out after this amazing thing they forced us to do, to sit at home and not to go anywhere and to communicate with each other only online. Right? So, of course, we have developed a social anxiety because there are a lot of younger people who have not even learned those skills, and they were stopped from going to the places where there would be a lot of people. It's a skill. So it got interrupted. If you don't mean that, I mean, how can I remove the fear of public gathering if you don't mean that it's just the fear of public speaking in public, the fear of stuttering, basically, fear of making mistakes? Then you just need to go there and gain this experience. And the more you are in these social settings, the more you're going to enjoy it, because you're going to be laughing with your friends, for example. I don't know what you're talking about because the question doesn't explain. Okay. But if you mean that you have a fear of communicating, fear of speaking, fear of stuttering, then basically you need to come to me because you need to understand how to speak anywhere, anytime, in front of anyone. It doesn't matter where we speak. We still move the same muscles in the same way and we say the same words. But unfortunately, people who stutter have no idea how to do it. They still haven't learned it. And of course, they're fearful. Of course. Okay. So Karan wrote, I don't have a severe stuttering, but still there are blocks sometimes, which is embarrassing, especially words with p, k, t, g, and all. I don't know, it doesn't move. And all what? And all. Okay. So this is a great question, Karan. Why? Because normal people never ever speak and think about single letters. You just gave me letters: P, K, T, and G, right? Letters. Look, when parrots speak, let me get rid of the thing because I'm not talking about. When parrots speak, are they even aware of letters? Are they? No, of course not. When young children begin speaking, like 2 years old, 3 years old, are they aware of letters? No. So the bottom line, you are really, really confused. In reality, people do not care about single sounds. People do not care about syllables. Syllables are for writing, for moving the hand, not the tongue. The hand can move in syllables, yes. The hand can move in single letters. As a matter of fact, we move our hand when we are writing. We write one letter, the next letter, the next letter. We move letter by letter. But when we speak, our tongue doesn't move sound by sound. No, the tongue makes movements and makes sometimes one sound. Yeah, sometimes it's if it's a vowel sound. If Ali is with me, then he's going to understand me. If it's a vowel, yes, it's going to be one sound. But that's it. The rest is a history because the tongue moves. And when it moves, it creates from 2 sometimes to 6 sounds in some languages. Okay? So the way we've been trained as speech professionals, okay, we speech therapists, I don't call myself a speech therapist, but speech therapists have not been trained how to teach anyone to speak according to the natural speaking norms. The only thing that speech therapists can do, because I was able to do it, to teach single sounds. I was really good teaching kids how to say r, or in Russian language, rrr. I was very good teaching kids to pronounce accurately these single sounds. Then I would work combining these single sounds with vowels, and I was teaching syllables. People don't speak by syllables. Do you understand? Ali, I think if you're still there, you should understand. Okay, so Karan, if you want to begin speaking and never worrying about your blocks sometimes, you need to forget about this single consonant sounds or letters. Forget about them. People don't care about letters. Okay? You simply need to understand how your tongue works naturally, how Mother Nature or God has given it to you. You have a perfect tool, but you still haven't learned how to use it with ease, with accuracy, with pleasure. You don't know that. Because anywhere people who stutter go, they hear, join stuttering community, use techniques, cope, right? That's what I was talking about, cope. Cope with what? Cope with the lack of skills. That's what you guys are coping. You have to cope with the lack of skills. You got to learn the skill, and you are people who stutter. You are born smart. You're born with a talent to learn how to speak accurately with ease anytime in front of anyone. You just need from 1 to 3 days of my time explaining what all normal people on the planet and even parrots do. Okay? When they speak accurately and with ease, of course, and confidence. What do they do? Tell me if anyone ever taught you this. I know they didn't, because speech therapists don't know this. And when I put my posts on Instagram, yesterday I posted this. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about right now. When I posted it, guess what I got? Someone got pissed at me. The person wrote, how could you even post this kind of a message? You are doing something like a scam. Yeah, right. They are not aware that they are part of the international scam, international fraud called Stuttering Cure Business. Each and every therapist is part of this scam. Unfortunately, it took me 30 years to realize that and leave the profession. But people just are happy with the way they're trained. They go to work, they get their paycheck, they come to work, they tell you all kinds of lies that they believe they are fine. They are not lies, they are truth, right? They give you this misinformation, they mislead you, and they go back home and say, oh, I feel so sorry for my patient today, because I don't know what else he needs. They just talk in the kitchen with their family. I have no idea what else. I told him to breathe. I told him to relax. I told him to stretch sounds, right? But he still stutters. He's fine. He's doing all of this. When he's with me, he's stretching sounds, breathing in. He is doing this and that. But when he's alone, he forgets all of this and begins to stutter. I don't know what else to do. I know what to do. And you don't need to keep coming to the same therapist for years and years, maybe different even therapists. 1 to 3 days and your problem is solved. You understand what to do. And of course, you know how to build your tongue vocabulary. Okay, I don't see any questions here. I'm going to go to Instagram. Yes. Okay, Karan wrote to me. Oh no, yeah, Karan wrote something. I am in luxury retail sector, but this ghost of stuttering holds me back to be the best version of myself. Of course, Karan. But don't think it's a coincidence. It's just, it's by design. They want people to struggle. They want people to not to be the best version of themselves. And when I say them, I mean the schizophrenics on top, the rulers, the richest rulers on top, our governments. Okay, so this is why everything that comes from the government, every little thing is meant to make you struggle. I know that. Okay, even when they, like in the United States of America, they were giving people free money. Remember our president? I can't even call him president. I have all kinds of names for today's president. But when he was giving during COVID free money to people, a lot of them grabbed the money and came to me and fixed their speech. Okay, but that was so harmful when the government gives you money for nothing. It's harmful. You are adults. You need to get a job, earn money, and fix your life. That's it. One thing for sure, Karan, I know you can't speak. You can't understand what's going on with your speaking abilities, right? Although I know for sure you have the same talent that I do. But one problem you have is that you may still believe that you are special. You are different from others. This is why this 5-year-old kid in the sandbox can say donut, and you're going to say donut or donut or something like this. Everyone is doing it differently, depending on what's in your head, depending on what mental blocks you have. Okay? So in luxury retail sector, it's great. It just tells me that you are living in a nice area and you're working. You are not one of those who come to me and say, be my mother, help me for free. No, it's impossible. If I begin helping people for free, I'm going to die very soon because it's very, very harmful when people get something for nothing. It's harmful. It's not good for you. Okay? You gotta get a job, earn money, come to me, and you're gonna be lucky if you catch the time. Right now is the best time to take the class. The best. I've never ever done this. It's 50% less for the 3-day class, for the full program. 50% less. It's gonna go in September and October, and then we're gonna go back up to the regular cost. Okay? And I'm going to remind to you guys, if you don't know, you may not know, that the program I teach, the 3-day full course, gives you a 100% success guarantee. 100%, not less. Unless you're going to run away from me. If you are cuckoo, it happens sometimes. Some schizophrenics come to me, or lazy kind of teenagers come to me. Their rich parents pay for them, and the children, the young kids, don't want to do the job. It happened one time in my life, actually two. One kid did complete the course, but he didn't do what I told him to do. Okay. Actually, three. Now that I remember, three. Two of them, one lives in the United States of America, the other one in India, and the third one lived, I think, in UK. And that guy from UK lived, I worked with him. He was like the third student I worked with. I was so inexperienced. I didn't know how to deal with this kind of strange behavior. When rich parents pay for their child, and the child was, by the way, 19 years old. Okay. So he came to me, and when he started speaking without making mistakes, he already learned. It was the third day of the class. And when I mentioned, look at you, the way you speak, it's amazing. Guess what he did? He hung up. Why? I can't. I cannot tell you. I suspect because he didn't like it. So the parents are no longer be paying for his nice living. I can talk about it forever, but today's topic is totally different and I see questions. If you want, I can tell you more stories, but let's continue. So, Karan, if you want to fix your speech and begin living the life you dream about, you gotta come to me and learn the reality. The reality is stuttering is a ghost. It doesn't exist. What does exist is the lack of speaking skills. And the program I teach allows me to teach you to quit, even think about stuttering, because you're going to be busy being focused on the natural speaking norms. You're going to be focused on doing things in the same way how all normal people do it. And even parrots. Even parrots. Okay. So let me see. Karan wrote, okay, JK tutorials, I see your question. Bear with me. To get rid of this ghost for once and for all. Yes, I'm with you, Karan. Each time we wake up to reality, the world is changing, especially because the air of evil schizophrenics on top is getting to end. I just hope. Okay, it's coming to the end with the death of the Queen Elizabeth. Because they were the ones who supported the whole creation of a royal stuttering sickness. Royal stuttering sickness. Remember the King's Speech? I talked about it last time, my last stream. Okay, there are no questions. When I see people are watching me, guys, ask questions if you want me to answer your questions. Otherwise, I've prepared so much to talk about. I just started, but didn't finish. Okay. So when speech blocked, how to tackle this situation, dear ma'am? Very simple. I can do it. You can't. Why can I do it? Because I have learned when I was a little girl how to move my tongue for creating words accurately and easily. I did it. JK tutorials. You never did it. At some point of your life, you stopped training your tongue. You stopped speaking and started hiding from speaking. Don't look at me. Don't laugh at me. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to go to a social place where people speak. I'm going to be quiet. You stopped using your muscles. You stopped adapting to your speech instrument for producing words naturally. And today, you can't. Once you're blocked, you have no idea what to do. And in order to know what to do, come to me. Come to me. Stop even thinking about the money. Stop. One thing for sure, you can earn money. I've had students who would be working and earning money. I mean, would be watching me talk, like learning from me. Of course, this is a lesson. You're learning, but I don't know you. I don't know what specific mental blocks you have. Each and every person who stutters is different, totally different. And the things they do in speech is totally different. It looks similar, kind of, but what they have in their mind, on their mind, is totally different. This is why you gotta come, you gotta join my class and let the teacher, the only English speaking teacher on the planet who can explain it to you. I can look at you, and if there is anyone present right now from people who have been to my free Zoom call, you know, the moment I look at you, I'm like, what are you doing with your eyes? What are you doing with this? What are you doing with that? That's not right. This is one of your blocks. Why are you doing this? You got to learn what to do instead. I mean, it's good to know that what you are doing is wrong, right? But you need to know what to do instead, right? So the bottom line, JK tutorials, until you finally understand what speaking is and what you need to do if you by accident made a mistake. Even I sometimes make mistakes. Yeah, of course I do. But it's not a problem for me because I immediately fix the problem. You know, when people come to me and ask, Anna, when will I be speaking freely without making mistakes, without stuttering? When? You know what I answer them? Yesterday. Yesterday. What it means is very simple. The moment you learn how to do something with your muscle to perform a skill, you do it one time, you do it two times, third time, fourth, and then that's it. You got to do it for the rest of your life in the same word, to say the same word. You're using the same musical instrument. I call it a speech pipe built inside of our body. It is the same for extracting from this instrument the same words. Words are the same for everyone. You're not special. Some people have learned how to do it, others haven't. Why you guys haven't learned? I think I explained. Again, everyone's life is different, life experience is different, but it's all irrelevant. What's important is when you finally understand what is it, what does it mean to speak, what does it mean to produce words with the tongue by ringtones, not single sounds, not letters, not syllables, not even words, not phrases, sentences, blah, blah, blah. You know what? You've heard it all, I'm sure. The moment you know that speaking is producing ringtones with your tongue, guess what? You're going to do it for the rest of your life because you're going to experience how easy it is, how simple it is, how pleasant it is. And your confidence will begin to grow. Because what is confidence? Confidence is the result of your success, successful experience. Once you've done it several times successfully, you don't have to worry about anything. All you need to do just to do it the same. But people who stutter, whenever they make mistakes, they have no idea how to fix these mistakes. They don't know. No one ever told them. And if they did say correctly, which happens sometimes, of course, you do say words correctly sometimes, but they don't know how to recreate the same action. They don't understand, what did they just do? It was so good. How did they do it? They begin thinking, guessing. How did they do it? I wish I could do it again. They don't understand what they just did. Okay, guys, I can go forever. Okay, so let me see. I think I have. How can I stop? Let me see somewhere. Did I miss some other questions? No. Okay. Lalit Sharma. Lalit Sharma wrote, how can stammerer stop to pushing his tongue on a word? Again, the answer is very simple. Number one, how can you stop pushing? And what does it mean pushing? Why do you guys push? I think I did it last time when I did my live presentation, but Lalit Sharma, let me know if you're still here. I'm going to have you experience pushing. I'm going to have you experience tension. I will do it right now. Not with your tongue, but with your finger muscles. Edward, remember I did it last time. I'm going to have you experience, because everything I do is based on practical experiments. When I work with my students, I always make them do experiments with their body so they would clear their mind from all this confusion. Okay? So Lalit Sharma, when he comes back, I will talk about it. Okay? Meanwhile, I'll just say briefly, Lalit Sharma, in order to never ever push the tongue, you need to understand how the tongue works naturally. It's created by God. Normal people never push. They literally do the opposite. They pull. Instead of pushing the tongue, they are pulling it. How? Come to me. I will show it to you, because it requires about 6 hours, at least 6 hours of my time. Okay? So let me go and see if there are any other questions. Okay, no questions on Instagram. Okay, Lalit Sharma is here. Okay, are you ready? We're going to do a practical experience. I want you to experience how the tension in your body creates and who creates this tension. Okay, so here we go. This is the top of your, pretend, this is the top of your mouth. Okay, the roof of your mouth with the teeth, top teeth and stuff. This is your tongue. Just pretend it. So what I recommend, you begin, okay, I'm going to play with 2 fingers instead of 1. So this is the top of your mouth. This is your tongue. So let's go. I want you to push with all the strength you have with your thumb, push your index finger. Push it really hard. Begin pushing. Push harder, harder, harder. Do you feel the tension? How it's coming up your body? Push it, push it, push it harder. Now pull your finger down, your thumb down. Pull it. Where is the tension? This is how the tension stops. When instead of pushing, you're pulling your tongue. But did you experience the tension? This is how it works. Who caused the tension in the whole body? It even starts to shake. They talk about like seizures or something, spasms. There is no spasm. You are pushing against the roof of your mouth, against your teeth. Pushing is just crazy. But whoever taught you to move your tongue and to move in the right direction? Who? No one. Because speech therapists and all kinds of doctors, other doctors, they don't know this. I am talking about the revolution, guys, in science and education. Okay. So Edward wrote, hope Lalit Sharma, you understood. Let me know. By the way, don't be stingy, guys. Give me likes, more likes. I need likes. I want my videos to be spread around the world. I want people to who stutter see not just amazingly confusing, misleading videos of speech therapists and people who stutter, of course. But my videos, I am sharing the truth. I want Google to help me spread the videos without investing a lot of money in Google, because Google sometimes is not acting in an honest way. Like a couple of months ago, they robbed me. They just cleared my bank account and they didn't do much. Okay. I'm not going to talk about it. Thank you, dear ma'am, for your explanation, GK tutorials. Of course, this is how I work. I will explain to you. So I'm going to take a little pause and remind to you that the first consultation, the Zoom call with me is totally free. I'm not charging a dime. I want you to understand what your problem is. And I want to be able to guide you where you need to go to fix your speech. If you have enough funds for the 3-day class, I'm ready to jump in and begin helping you right away. As I already mentioned, it's 50% less than usual. If you still need time to earn money for the class, do what my poster boy has done. This is Hussein from Finland. He was working to earn funds for fixing his speech for 6 months. He was lucky. He was able to do it 10 hours a day. He worked like physical labor job. And in 6 months, he was able to earn the amount of money that is just regular. It's a huge chunk of money. He did it. And guess what? It took him 3 days to fix his speech. And also, he learned to speak English because he didn't speak English. So he had to do all of these things before he even joined my class. Don't get frustrated and don't be like discouraged if you hear the price from me and you don't have enough money. That's okay. We don't have everything readily available for us right away. If I go to the store and see something that I really like and want to have, but I don't have enough money, what choices do I have? Three choices. See, I think about 3 choices. What can I do to get something I really want, something luxurious I really want or I really need? I can steal it, right? Steal from the store. Not my choice, okay? The second option, I can ask for someone's help, financial help. I can borrow the money from the bank, from my family, right? Or, and this is the choice I encourage you guys make, get a job, earn the money. Hussein earned huge amount of money in 6 months only. He did come to me in 2.5 years because he needed so much time to learn English language. That's why he couldn't take the class right away. Although we do work with interpreters, but I'll tell you it's not easy. And the reason it's not easy is because interpreters are stutterers as well. And interpreters believe all kinds of disinformation. And when you work with interpreter, you cannot be sure that the interpreter, the translator, is doing a good job explaining to your student correctly what the teacher just said. We've had this, and I was kind of very, very skeptical about the way the guy translated. So I needed to give a lesson to the interpreter and then to the student. It's like double work for me. I would prefer you guys learn to speak English language if there are some people who speaks English as a second language and have a hard time understanding. This is the most important part, understanding. Okay, so let me see. I am reading your book, Correcting Speech. Really? Good for you. Lalit Sharma. Tell me what you are understanding from the book, because this is my biggest concern. People buy the book, but they read and they don't understand it. This is why I don't even advertise. Do you see me advertising book? You know how usually they market, they make people buy books. I don't do this because I know it takes a lot of time to read, to understand, to put your work into following each and every direction, because I did it in details. Here is, if you have the book, you understand. Oops, it's mirror reflection. Okay, so this page has all the ringtones that we make with our tongues. Explaining these ringtones is not really easy when you don't see the teacher. I did my best, of course, explain line by line and what you're supposed to do, but the book is written for teachers, for speech educators, etalon speech educators. Etalon means standard. It's not for people who stutter much, unless you are smart, unless you have some knowledge already of something. I mean, I don't know you. It's really hard to deal with people like broad audience, because I don't know who is in front of me. When you come to me one-on-one, that's it. It's not a problem. I mean, we immediately fix all the problems because I see them. I identify your mental blocks by the way you're asking questions. I know where you are. Okay, so Lalit Sharma wrote, stammering starts when we start thinking while speaking, because two actions can't be done at the same time. Is it right? Yep. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's one of the reasons. Everyone is different. Lalit Sharma. But why are you thinking at this moment? Why people begin thinking? Let's say you want to do something. Let me give you an example. Okay. You are writing, you are moving your hand. Okay, Lalit Sharma. You are moving your hand and you are about to write the word that you are not sure how to spell. You're not sure what letters you need to write. So you are writing and then you got to this word, and then what are you going to begin doing? You're going to begin thinking what to write, how to move your letter, because you are not sure what letter to write. You're going to be thinking. And what will your hand do at this moment? Will it continue writing? Of course not. Your hand will stop. Your attention will be on thinking, yes. But why you gonna be thinking? Why? Because you don't know. The same as with speaking. If you don't know how to move your tongue, what is the next movement of the tongue? You've never learned it. Physically, practically, you've never learned it. Then you got to be thinking about it. And you got to go through a lot of thoughts, totally irrelevant to speaking. And you won't be able to speak. Do you understand? Yes, two actions can't be done at the same time. And the important word is two conscious actions. Conscious. Do you understand? Conscious actions. Okay. So let me know, Lalit Sharma, if you understood me. Yeah, you already wrote. Yes, I see. Okay. Let me go back to YouTube. Okay, Loganathan wrote, hi, Anna, mom. Okay. Edward wrote, please, could you respond to my previous question, Anna? because I feel that my problem is about my vocal cords. About vocal cords. Oh, sorry, Edward. Did I skip your question? Okay. I Too many questions. Okay. Here is Edward's question. Anna, do vocal cords have something to do with blocks or only the tongue? What are vocal cords? It's the strings in your speech instrument. The strings. So just like on a guitar, you're playing the guitar, right? Can you play if your strings are not tuned in the correct way? If instead of, I used to play a 6-string guitar, how does it sound? Mhm. I forgot. It was so many years ago. So anyway, if your strings on the guitar are out of tune, can you move you can move your hands, but what kind of tune are you going to create? The tune is going to sound wrong. Do you understand that? Vocal cords are just part of your speech instrument, musical instrument, speech pipe. And in order to speak, you gotta know how to move your tongue. And of course, about your strings, you gotta tune your strings first. I mean, when I say first, I don't know what comes first because you need to have it done both. I guess first, of course, you need to tune your strings on your instrument, your vocal cords. Yes. But I have a simple question for you. Okay, Edward. Again, does the parent or a young child knows anything about the vocal cords? Again, the same. You have all kinds of things you worry about. You don't need to worry about anything. You need to learn how your speech instrument is built and needs to be used. That's it, period. When you come to me, I'll see what your problem is. And of course, I will explain it to you. What you need to do to never worry your little head. Never worry about it. Just learn what to focus on. You got to learn what to focus on. What speech actions you need to focus on. So there are different reasons why people move their carbon dioxide instead of moving it out and making their vocal cords work. Instead, they're moving them in the opposite direction. They're, instead of breathing out, kind of, I mean, we never breathe out, of course, but the bottom line, we have the lungs, the pump. And when we inhale oxygen. When we exhale carbon dioxide gas. I hope you are familiar with this simple reality. So when people speak, they don't use oxygen. That's why they don't need inhale for speaking. They use carbon dioxide. And when you attempt to breathe in, then you can't get the carbon dioxide out because it's blocked. So I don't know you. I don't know what your main problem is. And Edward, I see, didn't we see each other already? I don't remember. I communicate with so many people. Didn't you come to me once? Your name sounds familiar. And we had a conversation on Zoom. So the bottom line, in order to give you a specific recommendation about you, not about others, let me repeat again. Each and every person who stutters is different. Millions of people behave in speaking in a different way. That's what I was going to talk about today, but I got kind of carried away with your questions. Okay, so I didn't do it. Okay, let me see. Edward wrote, "You're so right. And it's too simple." Of course, it is very simple. Everything I'm talking about is simple but very specific. And if you are confused about it, if you don't know what specifically you should do, you got to be thinking. You got to be focused on some weird stuff that speech therapists advise you to do it. Okay? Okay. Now, Edward, yeah, no, I didn't, Anna, only on YouTube, unfortunately. Okay, sorry, I don't remember what you said. I don't remember what I asked. Okay, okay. So let me go to Lali Sharma, and then I'm gonna go back to JK tutorials because I know this person has been waiting for too long. Lali Sharma wrote, "My second experience with your book is that stutterers often try to speak while breathing in. And guess where they get it from? Confused speech therapist. Very kind, very nice people. They mean really well. They really, truly want to help people who stutter. But the training is bad. The training is wrong." You know what? I'm in a feisty mood today. I'm going to show to you what the word therapist means. Lalit Sharma, I want you to visualize in front of your eyes, like visualize the word therapist, the way it's spelled in English language. Now I'm going to tell you this word is a compound word. It's two words put together. Can you guys guess what it means? Therapist. The word therapist means two words. What is the first word? What is the second word? You get my prize of yay, good for you if you get it, if you know this. I'm waiting. I'm going to give you 1 minute to wait before I will answer. Okay, let me see. No one has written yet. No has written. Okay. Look, what are the words? Can you read? Unfortunately, you guys on Instagram going to be reading backwards, but people on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook can read. What do you read? This is the word therapist. This is the real meaning of the word therapist. Each and every therapist has been trained to rape people, to make people suffer. But of course, people are wonderful. They don't know that. They have a big heart. They want to help, including therapists in the hospitals, including therapists that you go to in the clinic. They all have been trained to rape people. Why? Because this is how the whole medical profession has been created about 200 years ago, a little less. It was invented. It was created by design to make people, yeah? Nah, it's the rapey. Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't say therapy. I wanted you to talk about therapist. Therapist. Did I say therapy? Ah, let me do it for you. The rapist. That's what it is. I didn't explain well. Here, can you read what I wrote to you? That's the word therapist. But I think I did. I did say therapist. Anyway, Edward wrote therapy. So the bottom line is forget about all these medical professionals. They don't know what it is. They may be wonderful people. They may be very smooth talkers, which I'm not. I'm not a smooth talker. I always say the truth the way I have it in here. My mentor is exactly the same. We're born in December and we speak the truth no matter what, no matter where. the truth, because this is the only thing that is going to awaken us, save our lives. Okay. So, Lalit Sharma, do you understand that therapists have no idea? Misinformed helpers. Exactly. I love the words you're using. Wow. Lalit Sharma, write to me what country you're from. I love it. Misinformed helpers. Good for you. Good words. Yeah. I love working with smart people. They are just pleasure to work with. Okay. So let me see. I have some other questions here. Let me see. Okay. Please forgive me, JK Tutorials wrote. Please forgive me, ma'am. I am an Indian, financially little poor to pay the fee, ma'am. That's why I'm watching your video every time, as I like your speech and explanation, ma'am. Listen, JK Tutorial. I have educated so many people from your country, a lot. And a lot of them, before they joined my class, they chose to get a job and earn the money. I recommend JK Tutorials. You simply go to my YouTube channel and go, you know how they say playlist. Go to playlist and find the playlist called Students from India, because this is especially important for me, because I know how bad the system of education in your country is. And not just the system of education, but a lot of other things. They kind of, those schizophrenics on top, they've destroyed your country. Not just your country, but India used to be an amazing country, thriving country with smart people, with gurus, with these yoga practitioners and stuff. Today, it's a complete mess. This is why you are poor. So tell me, JK Tutorials, what is the only way to get out of poverty? Tell me. Write to me, please. What is the way to get out of poverty? I'm waiting for you or anyone else. Explain to me. Okay. I see people. Okay, let me see. Here I don't see. Okay. Shem Shem. Hey, hi, Shem Shem. I remember your funny name. Anna Dira, you are available. Ebook on site. Where easy to buy. God, my husband keeps calling me. Okay, I'm back to Instagram. Okay, hopefully I didn't get interrupted. Push the wrong button. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna restart it. Okay, and now share. Okay, share. I'm gonna restart it. Don't worry. I wanna restart it with because of my husband. He called my phone. Live. What's going on? Why it's I'm gonna close it. Restart Instagram. Bear with me, guys. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Live. Okay. Should be fine. Checking connections. You're now live. Okay, I apologize, guys. I pushed the wrong button and Instagram kind of broke. Okay, Shem Shem. So, and Adira, can you available ebook on so yes, my ebooks are available from my website, and some of them are even free. For example, this book is free. I totally recommend you download it. You don't need to pay a penny. Okay? So KJ tutorial, it's free. Read the book. My student was asking questions and I was answering the question for 2.5 years. Okay? So amazing information. There is another book right here, JK Tutorials. If you can write and speak well in other languages than English, maybe you're the one who's going to translate this book into Hindi. And I can give you a little discount for that. You never know. Okay? But of course, this book is also available for free. You don't have to pay a penny. Okay, guys. So I'm going to again repeat, apologize, guys. I got disconnected on my phone because someone just called me and I pushed the wrong button and just disconnected Instagram. Okay, so let me see. No idea, ma'am. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. You gotta get a job. A job. Begin working and making money. This is what Hussein has done. He also was in a very poor family. He lived in Finland, but his parents were immigrants. They didn't have much money, and he had some other children in the family. So read the book, what he has done. You absolutely cannot help yourself by just listening, coming to these streams and listening to me. Yes, you may learn here and there, but I don't see you. I don't know what your individual problem is. Do you understand? KJ tutorials. Everyone is stuttering in a different way. This is why people need the teacher, the individual teacher, the mentor. When you come to me, I will explain to you what you need to do. I will explain what your mental blocks are. I'm going to grab your hand. I'm going to walk you through your mind out of your confusion from 1 to 3 days only. I can't guarantee that I'm going to continue coming live forever here. But I am telling you honestly, openly, the most important part you need to learn to speak like everyone else, you need to understand what kind of instrument you have and what is it that your tongue is creating and how it is creating. It's called ringtones, ringtone technique. I don't even like the word technique, but it's a God's technique. It's the technique of Mother Nature. All people and parrots are using their tongues in the same way. Okay? Yeah, Stuttering sold ebook on site were easy to buy and read. Thank you so much, Shem, for this information. Yay! Good for you. Shem, have you read the whole book? I want you to be totally honest with me. Have you read the whole book? All like other stutterers. Here. Stuttering sold. Stuttering sold is the wrong book to buy, by the way. It's the old book. It's my draft. This is the right book, or the book with a little different title. It's the same book, but it's called Live Stutter-Free. It's available to download from the website. It's only $50 from my website. 50. You're going to invest in learning things that no one, not even one speech therapist is aware of. You can read the book, bring it to your speech therapist and tell them, what do you say about this? Why don't you teach me this? How come you don't know this? Why are you teaching me all kinds of techniques? I'm sick and tired of your techniques. Okay. Thank you, Shem, for the information. Okay. Anything else? Okay, JK Tutorials wrote, thank you. Okay, let me look if there are any other questions and I'm going to wrap it up because I've been online for a long time. So let me repeat the bottom line. Schedule. Yeah. Can you available? Speaking is a skill on. Yes. Yes. Everything is available, guys. Everything. Shem Shem. This book is also available. All my books are available, and even in different languages, some of them. Whatever my students translated, you can download. You can read the book in different languages. These are just a few of my books, okay? Just a few that I have written in 10 years. One book is missing, the one that I haven't translated to English. It's an amazing book. It's called the Stutterers Bible, but it's available only in Russian language. I just spent so much time translating it and I just quit because it was really, really difficult to translate the concept. It was too tough. It was written too directly. And I'm like, people who stutter will not understand a lot of them. They are little babies. They need to be pampered. They can't, because the Stutterers Bible was written like this. You're stupid. You're dumb. That's my mentor. He's always like so direct. I started, no, you can't say people because they don't know, they don't understand. And he tells me, I can say that I'm also stupid when I don't know something. What's wrong about that? I'm like, you can't say this. So someone else wrote, Shem Shem, because I searched but not found ebook. Where did you search? I don't know where you search. Go to my website. Let me write it down for you guys. You are confused people. 1, 2, 3. www. And then it goes. Oh, my. Let me grab my keyboard. It's too far. Okay, let me write it to you. Okay, what did I write? Leave Stutter-Free.com. Did it go? Ah! I forgot. Why 3 doubles you didn't come? 1, 2, 3. Leave Stutter-Free.com. Here we go. I did it right. See, when you know how to do it, user in timeout. I can't put user in timeout. It's me. Okay, leavestutterfree.com. You go there and you go to the page called courses and books. Number 1, watch the video, amazing video I just recently produced about all the courses I teach. Watch it, okay? And also see the pictures and see what books are available. 2 books you have to buy for $50 because these are the books, kind of the cream, the meat of the intellectual property I'm teaching. But once again, I don't really advertise it. I don't really market it because I don't know who you are. Maybe if you're lucky, this information will help you unblock your mind. But most of the time, it will not. Because you may have some other mental blocks that I'm not addressing in those books. Okay? So I guess we're going to talk about the topic I prepared next time. Why stutterers should not advise each other. Oh, now it looks fine. In the beginning, it was awkward. So we'll talk about it next time. Okay, I'm going to go and change the... Oh, a reminder, I'm going to have a Zoom call with someone. Someone just scheduled the Zoom call. Okay, guys, any questions before I leave you? Okay, I guess no questions. I'm going to close. And now Instagram. No, I'm not going to share it. Okay. So my schedule is going to be posted everywhere. So it's going to be Saturday and Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Lots of love to you. Let's get rid of stuttering on the planet. Let's forget about it altogether. Lots of love to you.